Very warm greetings, my students. In this video, we are going to study about derivatives as a rate of change. Suppose s of t be a function giving the position of an object at a time t. How we are finding the velocity of the object? The velocity of the object at time t is given by v of t equal to s dash of t. What is the meaning of s dash of t? First derivative of the given position function s of t. After knowing the velocity, we can find out the speed of the object at a time t. So it is given by v of t, already we have. We can find out the modulus value of v of t. And the acceleration of the object at the time t is given by a of t equal to first derivative of the velocity v of t or the second derivative of the position function s of t. So using this concept, in this video, we are going to study about, or we are going to find about the velocity, speed, acceleration of the object, and then what is the direction of the object, whether it is left to right or right to left, and what is the interval the object is speeding up or slowing down, we are going to find out. So read this problem, friends. A ball is dropped from a height of 64 feet. Its height above ground in feet. T seconds later is given by s of t equal to minus 16t square plus 64. What is the instantaneous velocity of the ball when it hits the ground? What is the average velocity during its fall? So this average velocity concept we studied earlier videos, the same concept here. And instantaneous velocity also we studied using the limits concept previously, but now we are using derivative concept. Instantaneous velocity or simply velocity, no problem. But what is the time for finding instantaneous velocity? It is not given to you. Instead of that, they are giving when it hits the ground. It is given to you. Okay, when it hits the ground, you have to identify. Suppose this is our height, the building or anything, and height is denoted by s of t. And this is our ground. So at the height, we are having 64 feet. What is the time here? T equal to 0. S of t equal to 64. T equal to 0. So from this height, we are dropping the ball. It reaches the ground like this. And here time, what is time we don't know. We have to identify. But what is s of t value, height of the ball? It is equal to 0. So here t equal to 0, it is a starting time. And what is the t equal to here in ending time? We have to find out using the condition s of t equal to 0. So at the ground, what is the time we have to find out first? Okay, so at the ground level, s of t equal to 0. S of t equal to 0 means minus 16t square plus 64 equal to 0. This equation we got. From this equation, we have to find out the t value minus 64 equal minus 16t square equal to minus 64. So we have t square equal to minus 64 divided by minus 16, which is equal to 4. So t equal to, it is a time and time is positive, so I have to take 2. So at 2 seconds it reached the ground. So what is the time interval? Starting time is 0, ending time is 2. Okay, so at the time 2, what is the velocity we have to find out? So velocity equal to, notation is v of t equal to, rule is first derivative of s of t. So s of t is given here minus 16t square plus 64. Derivative of minus 16t square is minus 32t, and plus 64 derivative is 0. So minus 32t, it is our s dash of t or v of t, velocity. So we have to find out velocity at time 2. Okay, so what is the time? Time is 2 here. So v of 2 we can find out. V of 2 equal to minus 32 times 2 equal to minus 64 feet per second. This is our instantaneous velocity when the ball hits the ground. Now the answer for question B. The time interval is 0 and 2 given. So starting time is denoted by A. So A equal to 0 and B equal to 2. So average velocity, we have the notation like this. Average velocity is the formula. We have S of B minus S of A over B minus A. So we have to find out S of B value. It is S of 2 minus S of A value is of 0 over B minus A, 2 minus 0. What is S of t? It is given to you minus 16t square plus 64. So we have to find out S of 2 value. S of 2 value, t replaced by 2, minus 16 4 2 square plus 64, minus 16 times 2 square plus 64. We can find out this, which is equal to 0. And S of 0 equal to, what is S of 0? In this place, S of t, t replaced by 0, we are getting 64. So replace the value here. S of 2 is 0. S of 0 is 64 divided by 2, which is equal to minus 32 feet per second. So average velocity is minus 32 feet per second. So now we are concentrate on this problem. A particle moves along a coordinate axis. Its position at time t is given by S of t equal to t square minus 5t plus 1. Is the particle moving from right to left or from left to right at time t equal to 3? So very simple problem this. What is the direction of the particle? For this, at time t equal to 3, we have to find out the velocity. If velocity is positive number, we can say the particle move from left to right. If the velocity is negative number, we can say the particle move from right to left. Okay, so positive mean left to right, This is the left side, this is the right side. If it is positive number. Suppose it is negative number, right to left, like this. Okay, right to left. If it is negative number, mean right to left. Positive number mean left to right. So now we have to see what is S of t. It is given to you. S of t is t square minus 5t plus 1. What is velocity v of t? Equal to derivative of S of t. It is 2t minus 5. And velocity at a time t equal to 3. Equal to 2 times 3 minus 5. So 6 minus 5 equal to 1. It is a positive number. So the particle, here particle they are giving, the particle moves from positive number, mean what I told you, left to right. So very simple concept problem. For the following exercise, the given function represents the position of a particle traveling along a horizontal line. Find the velocity and acceleration functions. What is v of t and what is a of t? We have to identify. And then determine the time intervals when the object is slowing down or speeding up. So first we have to find out the velocity and acceleration function. So S of t equal to 2t cube minus 3t square minus 12t plus 8. It is given to you. So what is S of t? Which is equal to 2 cube t cube minus 3t square minus 12t plus 8. What is the velocity function? Velocity function means v of t. V of t is the derivative of S of t. First derivative. 2t cube derivative, it is 6t square minus 3t square derivative, it is 6t minus 12t derivative, it is 12. So it is a velocity function. And what is the acceleration function? It is denoted by a of t. It is a second derivative of S of t or first derivative of v of t. So here already v of t available, we have to take differentiation here. What is the derivative of v of t? We have to find out. 6t square derivative 12t minus 6t derivative 6. So it is velocity function and acceleration function. Now the second question, determine the time intervals when the object is slowing down or speeding up. How we have to find out this? In which interval velocity function and acceleration function are greater than 0. Positive number means speeding up. Suppose velocity function and acceleration function is negative number, it is slowing down. This is our concept. How we have to find out this? How we are finding in which interval this product is positive or negative? How we are finding that? So for this, we have to assume v of t equal to 0 and what is the value of t. At the same time, we are assuming a of t equal to 0 and what is the t value. So I got to split like this. Here I am assuming v of t equal to 0. And here we assume a of t equal to 0. In the previous slide, what is v of t? it is 6 times t square minus 60 minus 12. This is our v of t. We make this equal to 0. And what is the value of t we can find out. So throughout divided by 6. So divided by 6, what you have? 6t square divided by 6. It is t square minus 60 divided by 6. It is t minus 12 divided by 6. It is 2 equal to 0. We can factorize this. How to factorize this? We have to find out two numbers. Multiplication is minus 2. Same number. Addition is minus 1. So what are the number you have to see? Minus 2 times 1, it is minus 2. Minus 2 plus 1 is minus 1. So we can factorize this. T minus 2 times t plus 1 equal to 0. So what is t value? Is 2 and t value is minus 1. So t value is negative number, impossible. We have to forget about this. We have to consider only t equal to 2. Only one value we have. Similarly here, a of t equal to 0. What is a of t we found in the earlier slide? 12t minus 6 equal to 0. So from this equation, get the value of t. So 12t equal to 6. T equal to 6 by 12, which is equal to 1 by 2 or 0.5. Anything we can write. Okay, so t value when acceleration is 0, we found that. After that, we have to make one table like this. Here I am taking 0, starting time is 0, t value. And in this place we are considering v value or v of t. Here we are considering a of t or a value. And what are the times we are having? T equal to 2 available. Here t equal to 0.5 available. Starting time is 0. So what is the smallest number of t? Here t equal to 2. Here t equal to 0.5. So like that you can make it. So here 0.5. And I am taking here it is 2. After that finally we are having infinity. Okay. So here a of t I am having. A of t equal to a of t taken value or a taken value, positive or negative, we have to identify when t is available in between 0 and 0.5. So t value if less than 0.5, what is the sign of a of t? Whether it is positive or negative, we have to find it. Okay, so t value 0.5 mean in this equation, what is a of t? 12t minus 6. 12t minus 6, t value replaced by 0.5. So 12 times 0.5 minus 6, it is equal to 0. So less than any value you have to take, it should be negative. So simple idea, t is 0.5 for a of t. So this place it is negative, and more than 0.5 a of t value should be positive. And here same concept you can use t equal to 2. What is a symbol or sign of v, velocity? So t is taken only one value. So less than 2 it is negative. So in this interval negative, in this interval negative, and more than 2 mean it is positive. So after that you have to write when it is speeding up. And when it is slowing down. Speeding up means when we are having the symbols are same symbol in that interval, it is speeding up. Different interval slowing down. So speeding up in these two intervals, this interval and this interval. What is the interval? 0 to 0.5. I am writing 0 to 0.5 together union here in this interval 2 to infinity. 2 to infinity. Both interval in between time is between 2 and infinity or 0 and 0.5, it is speeding up. And in between 0.5 and 2, it is slowing down. So 0.5 and 2, it is slowing down. Okay, this is the answer for this problem. So consider this problem, friends. A rocket is fired vertically upward from the ground. The distance s in feet that the rocket travels from the ground after t seconds is given by s of t equal to minus 16t square plus 560t. So it's a position function of the rocket. Find the velocity of the rocket 3 seconds after being fired. And second question is find the acceleration of the rocket 3 seconds after being fired. Okay, so you have to find out the velocity and acceleration and replace t by 3 seconds. So very simple concept. So what is the position function s of t? It is given to you minus 16t square plus 560t. So first question, we are finding the velocity function v of t equal to first derivative of s of t. So derivative of s of t. So minus 16t square derivative minus 32t plus 560 t derivative 560 and t derivative 1. So it is 560. We are going to find out what is the velocity at 3 seconds. So minus 32 t replaced by 3 plus 560, which is equal to 464. Here what is the height? It is a feet, and feet per second. It is a unit of the velocity. And the second one, acceleration function, we got to find out. A of t. Acceleration is the derivative of the velocity. So velocity is here, derivative of this one. Minus 32 t derivative, it is minus 32. 560 derivative 0. So now we have to find out a of 3 value. What is a of 3? It is here there is no t, that is why minus 32. And here also what is the unit? Feet per second square. It is a unit of acceleration. Let us see this problem. The position function s of t equal to t cube minus 8t gives the position in miles of a freight train where east is the positive direction and t is measured in hours. So in place of right, they are giving east. So what is the left? Left is west. Okay, so positive direction east. So negative direction west. So previously left, here right I am writing, it will be plus. Okay, so minus mean, if it is minus mean like this. Try to see. This is minus. Remember that. What is the question here? Determine the direction of the train is traveling when s of t equal to 0. So when s of t equal to 0, what is the t value you have to identify? At that time, what is the direction of the train? We have to find out. Velocity is positive, mean positive direction, that is direction to east. Velocity is negative, mean negative direction to west. Second question, determine the direction of the train is traveling when a of t equal to 0. Acceleration function equal to 0. What is the direction of the train? So you have to assume a of t equal to 0. What is the value of t? At that time t, we can find out the direction of the train and determine the time interval when the train is slowing down or speeding up. So one by one we can find out here. What is s of t? It is given to you. S of t is equal to t cube minus 8t. So for first question, put s of t equal to 0. What is the t value we have to first identify. What do you mean for this? T cube minus 8t equal to 0. T is common. We have t times t square minus 8 equal to 0. So t equal to 0 or t square equal to 8. So here t equal to plus or minus square root of 8. So I am taking t equal to 0 here. What is the direction we have to find out? For this, first we have to find out what is velocity v of t. V of t is derivative of s of t. It is 3t square minus 8. So I am finding v of 0 now. V of 0 is, because t equal to 0 I am taking. V of 0 is 3 times 0. It is 0 minus 8. So totally minus 8. So it is a negative number. Negative number means direction is west. Negative means west at t equal to 0. Similarly, we have to find out v of root 8. So because time cannot be negative number, only plus root 8. So v of square root of 8 I have to find out, which is equal to 3 times root 8 square minus 8, which is equal to 16. It is greater than 0. So direction is positive. Positive means they are giving east. So direction is east at t equal to root 8. So first question answer over. Now the second question, determine the direction of the train is traveling when a of t equal to 0. So what is a of t? Acceleration function. Acceleration function is the second derivative of s of t or first derivative of v of t. So first I am finding acceleration function, then assuming equal to 0, what is the t value we have to identify. So second question answer. What is a of t? It is a derivative of velocity. So it is 6t we have. So a of t equal to 0. This gives 6t equal to 0. This gives t equal to 0. At t equal to 0, already we found that the same idea. So v of 0 now I have to find out. V of 0 equal to, already we have now, it is minus 8. 3 times 0 square minus 8 equal to minus 8 less than 0. And direction of the train is east. Direction is east at t equal to 0. So second question over. Now we have to think about the third question. Determine the time intervals when the train is slowing down or speeding up. So in this case we have to assume V of t equal to 0 and assume A of t equal to 0. What is V of t here? 3t square minus 8 equal to 0. 3t square minus 8 equal to 0. 3t square equal to 8. T square equal to 8 by 3. So t equal to square root of 8 by 3, and I am taking only positive value 1.63 approximately. And assume A of t equal to 0. This gives 6t equal to 0 and t equal to 0. So make one graph like this. Here V of t are simply V, here A, and here 0. So what are the values here? T equal to 0, t equal to 1.63. So t equal to 0 is here, t equal to 1.63 is here, and more than 1.63 up to infinity. So t equal to 0 when assuming A of t equal to 0. So more than 0, t value more than 0, acceleration is positive. So both the direction it is positive, both the place, both the interval. And here t equal to 1.63. So less than 1.63, V of t is negative. 1.63 is here, less than 1.63 negative, more than 1.63 positive. So in this interval, you have to see different sign, and in this interval we are having same sign. So speeding up, in which interval we are having both are same sign, both are positive or both are negative. So only one interval in between 1.63 and infinity. Slowing down. So different sign. Okay, here. So what is the interval? 0, 1.63. Let us consider this problem. The position of a hummingbird flying along a straight line in t seconds is given by s of t equal to 3t cube minus 7t in meters. Determine the velocity of the bird at t equal to 1 second. So we have to find out the v of t and t replaced by 1. Second question, determine the acceleration of the bird a of t at t equal to 1 second. So a of 1 we have to identify. Determine the acceleration of the bird when the velocity equal to 0. So you have to assume velocity equal to 0, then find the value of t. At that value of t, what is the acceleration we have to identify. So very simple, 3 questions. First, I'm finding what is velocity and what is acceleration. So s of t is given to you 3t cube minus 7t. What is velocity function? V of t equal to derivative of 3t cube. 3 times 3 is 9, t power 3 minus 1, it is 2, minus 7t derivative is 7. Then acceleration function, a of t. 9t square derivative, it is 18t, minus 7 derivative 0. So now first question answer. What is the first question? Determine the velocity of the bird at t equal to 1 second. So t replaced by 1. So v of 1 we have to find. What is v of 1? 9 times 1 square minus 7. So which is equal to 2. Velocity, and what is here? Meter is a unit. and the time is second. So I can write 2 meter per second. Second question. What is second question? Determine the acceleration of the bird at t equal to 1 second. So we have to find out acceleration at t equal to 1. A of 1. 18 times 1, which is equal to 18. What is the unit I told you? Meter per second square. So first two questions simple. Third question, determine the acceleration of the bird when the velocity equal to 0. So velocity they are giving here equal to 0 we have to do. It is a third question I am writing here. Velocity equal to 0 means v of t equal to 0. This gives v of t is 9t square minus 7 equal to 0. So get the value of t from this. 9t square equal to 7. T square equal to 7 by 9. So what is t value? Square root of 7 divided by square root of 9 is 3. Root of 7 by 3. So t value we found. But what is the question? Determine the acceleration of the bird. So a of t value at t equal to root 7 by 3. So a of root 7 by 3 we have to find acceleration. So in this a of t equal to 18t. So 18 t replaced by root 7 by 3. So 18 times root 7 by 3, which is equal to 6 root 7. And it is meter per second square. Consider this problem. A ball is thrown downward with a speed of 8 feet per second. From the top of a building. Building height is 64 foot. After t seconds, its height above the ground is given by s of t equal to minus 16t square minus 8t plus 64. So position of the ball, position function of the ball or height of the ball at a time t, it is given to you s of t equal to minus 16t square minus 8t plus 64. Determine how long it takes for the ball to hit the ground. And second question is determine the velocity of the ball when it hits the ground. So let us take a building. Let us take this a building and this is the ground. From the top of the building height is 64 feet. From the top of the building, the ball is thrown downwards. So ball reaches the ground at this place. And what is the time here we have to find out? What is the starting time? Starting time is t equal to 0. And here ending time, what is t? We have to find out. Determine how long it takes. So how long? Starting time is 0. Ending time we have to find out. That is the time taken for the ball to hit the ground. But what is the height of the ball at the ground? It is s of t is 0. So s of t is given to you. You have to assume s of t equal to 0. And get the value of t. Okay, so we have to write s of t equal to minus 16t square minus 8t plus 64 at the ground. S of t equal to 0. So minus 16t square minus 8t plus 64 equal to 0. So it is a quadratic equation. Solving this quadratic equation to get the value of t. So quadratic equation, the coefficient of t square is denoted by a. So a equal to minus 16. B equal to coefficient of t, it is minus 8. And c is the constant, it is 64. And recall the quadratic formula, t equal to minus b plus or minus square root of b square minus 4ac by 2a. Replace all the value, we can get the value of t. minus b value is minus 8, so it become plus 8, plus or minus square root of b square. B square, b value is minus 8, so b square is 64 minus 4 times a value minus 16 and c value 64 divided by 2 times minus 60. Simplify this, which is equal to 8 plus or minus square root of 4160. You can calculate this using the calculator, easily we can find out, divided by minus 32. So that's why t equal to 8 plus square root of 4160 divided by minus 32, or 8 minus square root of 4160 divided by minus 32 equal to minus 2.265 and 1.765. And it is a positive number, it is a negative number, no need to take, no need to consider. So t taken value 1.765. So time taken for the ball to hit the ground is 1.765 second. Okay. So time taken for the ball hit the ground is 1.765 seconds. So second question, what is the velocity at this time? So what is velocity? V of t equal to derivative of s of t. Already I have s of t, we have s of t equal to minus 16t square minus 8t plus 64. So v of t means derivative of this s of t. So which is equal to minus 32t and minus 8. Velocity at the ground. So it is 1.765, which is equal to minus 32 times 1.765 minus 8. So which is equal to minus 64.48. Okay, it is given in meter or feet. You have to check with a question. Okay, it is a feet. So I can write feet per second. So consider this problem, friends. A car driving along a freeway with the traffic has traveled s of t equal to tq minus 60 square plus 90 meters in t seconds. Determine the time in seconds when the velocity of the car is 0. Velocity is 0, what is the time? And the second question is, determine the acceleration of the car when the velocity is 0. So when the velocity is 0, find the time, then find the acceleration. So very simple concept we have. What is the position function s of t? We have to take. So s of t equal to, it is given to you, t cube minus 6t square plus 9t. So we can find out the velocity function. V of t is equal to derivative of s of t. It is 3t square minus 12t plus 9. Velocity function. Immediately we can find out acceleration function. A of t, it is a derivative of v of t. So it is 6t minus 12. So first question answer. V of t equal to 0. velocity of the car is 0. Velocity of the car is 0. What is the time it is asking to you? V of t equal to 0. This gives 3t square minus 12t plus 9 equal to 0. Dividing throughout by 3. What I have? T square minus 4t plus 3 equal to 0. Factoring this, easily we can have t minus 3 times t minus 1 equal to 0. T value 3 and 1. So velocity equal to 0. What is the time? T equal to 1 and t equal to 3. Second question. Determine the acceleration of the car when the velocity is 0. So velocity is 0 means t equal to 3 and t equal to 1. So a of 3 we have to find out and a of 1 we can find out. What is a of 3? In a of t replaced by 3. So 6 times 3 minus 12. So which is equal to 6. Acceleration unit is meter per second square. And second one, a of 1, which is equal to 6 times 1 minus 12 equal to minus 6 meter per second square. Okay. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you.